All right, Tony, what do you got? What's your first one?
So I think the biggest challenge facing the profession at large is really the unwillingness for so many of us to change. And I'm just as guilty as everybody else. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, we know back in the early 1900s, late 1800s, ice harvesting was a huge industry across the world. Then refrigeration came out, and the people who refused to leave ice harvesting went out of business. We know that Kodak had all of the information they needed for digital cameras, but they squashed it because they were in the film business. So for us as a profession, as therapists, I think so much has changed from where the profession originated. Now, I'm not a historian. I guarantee I'm going to get this wrong. But generally speaking, my understanding is that our profession came out of, what is it, restoration therapists. And we were helping people, that were injured in war and polio. And now the world is completely different. The patients we're taking care of are completely different. And I still see therapists trying to use outdated treatment models for completely different conditions. And so if we're not adapting, if we're not changing, if we're not willing to recognize what it is that we actually do as a profession today, where I would say it's mostly treating lifestyle disease,
Yeah.
uh, I think there's no place for us. And so certainly there are amazing therapists in neuro settings. There's amazing therapists in clinics that help individuals after an amputation. Like, there are elements within the profession, but the biggest part of the profession, I think we're still functioning on outdated models. And if we're not willing to change, if we're not willing to adapt what we do to the current population and the future population, the onslaught of baby boomers that are coming into our, clinics and under our care, I think we're done. I think there is no place. We are going to be the ice harvesters that are still trying to cut ice out of the Arctic when refrigeration is in every household.